What's going on YouTube? Welcome to another video. And on this channel, I like to point out things that I've done incorrectly, which includes something with my camera lens because there's a weird taper off of focus, and usually it's not the case. So I think I set my focus point on a very strange spot. That's why there's a strange taper off. So if you think you need to visit the optometrist or something like that, you don't. It's a funny little issue that I must have made. So, but yeah, we're going to point that stuff out. We're here squatting, and you're going to see it throughout the rest of this video, so my apologies. But at least I'm in focus for the most part. I shoot with the Sigma 16mm contemporary on a Sony a6600, at least for now. So these are where these clips are coming from, and that's what you've been seeing on this channel the whole time here. So honestly, never had an issue until now. Sometimes lenses get funny when it's cold, or if you don't use them or clean them appropriately. That lens doesn't really leave my camera, so sometimes you'll see random stuff like this, but we got the majority of the work, so it doesn't really matter. But working up here on squats, you know the drill. Just taking my time, calibrating, going nice and slow all the way down, full range of motion as much as I can do, and then progressing forward. That's the name of the game. Same warm-ups that you're pretty used to. And I hope if anyone is willing to take my advice on anything, it's to standardize the warm-ups, and you'll have a much better time. Go into a workout knowing what you're going to hit, how you're going to get there. Solves a lot of problems, especially if you're hitting a PR, which could potentially be new territory for you if you've never hit it before. Think about how you're going to get there. And I usually recommend, for us average lifters, not world-class athletes or whatever, between 35 and about 50-pound jumps for the bigger lifts, and then smaller increments for the upper body lifts where you just don't have as much range for how much you can lift. So maybe do 30 to 40 pounds when making those jumps. So that's usually what I recommend, and then you'll get better. You'll be conditioned to be able to take those warm-ups. And then if you also compete in powerlifting and you know what your warm-ups are, you're going to, first of all, coordinate, make that mind-muscle connection. You're going to coordinate knowing exactly what's on the bar, how that's going to feel, and kind of going from there. So that's kind of what I did. I knew I would have to hit 376, and I knew what that would look like. I knew how many warm-up sets I had, and I took about I want to say a 40-pound jump. Actually, no, 50-pound jump, and that was 386. I'm sorry, not 376, but we're going to keep that in here because I want people to see that sometimes people make mistakes. So did a back offset there because I wasn't feeling too great on my shoulder. And I took 363, cut down, just took some percentage off to see if I could do it. Didn't work out well, so just moved on. And sometimes I get a little frustrated. But on to deadlifts here. Like I said, deadlifts tried and true. Very rarely do I not look forward to doing them. And, they move well, even with that really not what I wanted to see squat workout. So good old deadlifts, always my lifesaver, always my reminder that this is the time and effort I put in, that they'll be there for me even on the worst days, or, where it looks like lifting is going to be a bit of a struggle. So multiple angles here, just kind of really showing my setup and just trying to be as stiff as possible, rigid, hips back, hip shooting, driving forward, squeezing the glutes, and just trying to get as much as I can engaged to get that lockout. We're always moving pretty well off the floor. I've got good speed. Don't really have an issue there, but that slowdown is really annoying because I feel like if I didn't have it, I would just blaze through a lot of these lifts and they wouldn't struggle. But hamstrings, trying to find an angle here where it doesn't look like I don't have pants on, but here we go. And just focusing on the higher reps here. Could go a little bit slower, I'm not going to lie. When you get that hamstring pump, it is one of the most uncomfortable pumps you'll ever get. And you've probably seen a legendary video of Mike Isbertel screaming while he's doing them, and nowhere near as jacked or as accomplished as him, but that feeling, I understand it. So I don't like to look like I'm dying or screaming when I'm lifting, so I try to be as quiet as I can. Close grip hold downs here for lat work. What I'd mentioned before in a previous video, we really just do a lot of close grip work, wider grips on the conventional deadlift day, which is that Monday, and then this workout would be Thursday. So got some time in between, and then I just taper expectations, change the grip around, stuff like that to get more volume. And moving into our chest and shoulders day. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys like this transition. If not, maybe we'll change some stuff. But benching here, and you're going to notice we're going to be wearing pants more because it's getting cold. So I usually like the leggings underneath shorts or sweatpants if I'm feeling lazy. For me, the gym is not a fashion show. If you enjoy lifting with really nice clothing, that's fine. I wear really crappy Target clothes or whatever, cheaper. I don't really care. I'm here to lift or whatever, and I have nicer stuff when going out. So when you're in the gym, I'm not trying to spend all that money on fancy stuff as long as it keeps its form, which these Target shirts are pretty good at. They're definitely synthetic with some mix in there, but my problem is when I wear like cotton shirts and I work out and I get a pump, I stretch them out, and then once I lose that pump, I compress back in and I look like I'm wearing a gown. So I like that these hold their shape. It's kind of easier to see angles and stuff. Like if you're squatting, loose fitting clothing can make it difficult to see depth if that's something that you want to do. I enjoy trying to see all angles that I can here. So sometimes, when I'm wearing shorts, and that was a struggle. Jeez, my gosh. Didn't die there, so that's a success. But side note, when that happens, I will cut down on the weight and then go from there and, work on that. Drop some percentage down just so I can get some reps in. But anyway, back to the original point. I really like wearing shorts on bench because you can see how much leg drive you have or how engaged they are. It's hard to really see if you're wearing pants to make sure those quads and hamstrings are firing. So, you could do the Sam Sulek thing where you're just kind of covered up and going incognito and lifting and then take it off when you've got a pump. I don't really care. I just wear what's comfortable. I would prefer to wear like a short shirt. I don't like long sleeves when lifting. And I also like to be warm-ish, so the majority of your body mass is below the waist, so keep that warm and generally everything else should be fine. I have worked out in sweaters and stuff before. Too much material, it gets kind of nasty, and that's more laundry to do, so I like to keep it plain and simple. That's why I like the warm spring, warm summer months, because you can just throw on a t-shirt and shorts and just get in and lift. And even if you do sweat, all the stuff is like moisture wicking or whatever. So random tangent for clothing, but I just figure, I don't know, popped into my head at this late hour. So if you're ever wondering the justification for what I'm wearing or why I wear it, I would say that. I will note though, like this texture, stuff tends to slide if you're squatting, so you want to use chalk or just make sure you're using something that has some friction. If you're benching, same thing. Use a bench that's got friction on it, or basically run a band, which you saw before, down the center of it. But relatively short workout here, just really showing you everything that I'm doing here as we're working through. I switched to cable flies lying. I just feel the contraction better and don't have to worry about the dumbbell wrist thing. So I'm always making changes to make myself feel better because I want to keep lifting consistently. But thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching the latest video. If you want to help support the channel, I actually own my own wet shaving and grooming e-commerce website where everything's handmade by me. It's www.apexsoaps.com, and you can get a 10% off code using wet shaver. We've got some cool scents here. We've got some Coca-Cola scents, a horchata scent, traditional barbershop, just some really cool stuff, and you can purchase samples or you can buy the whole set. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out via email. Be quick to respond. Thanks for watching.